Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I hope you are doing good. I hope your weekend was good. It was Easter weekend. For those of you who aren't Christian, that's when Jesus supposedly woke up or something. I don't know. And it was one of those weekends where I had a lot to do and I did nothing all at the same time. Keely, of course, stayed with me. They had school on Friday. There was no soccer this weekend, which is a strange thing. Saturday, I had to help a friend with his truck, and then I took the nieces to go look at wood, and then hung out with the girls, and then Sunday was Easter, and we had the Easter presents and dinner and stuff, and, one of those days. But, all that being said, I actually got to spend a fair amount of time in here just tinkering and tinkering on lots of little things all at once kind of deal. Like I have a cabinet over there I'm fixing, which I really wish I'd have filmed that. I didn't film it at all. I think that's a novel way to fix a broken cabinet. Or at least it's not something that I've seen done before. I know it's probably pretty common sense, but I don't know. So I think I have another door that's starting to do the same problem, and maybe I'll film it. I got some hole saws, some metal hole saws from my friend, because I've had this project underneath my bench for years. Like, it's just been sitting under there for years, and I've intended to make a video out of it. I've intended to finish it, and I just never got around to how I was going to finish it. And I know now how I'm going to finish it. I just have to do it. And I think that it's worth filming as well, because while it's not something spectacular, I think it's a neat idea that is a twist on some other people's ideas, and I think it's worth me showing it. But I've got to figure out. So I have a question for you. If you know anything about welding, this is 1/8 inch thick, or maybe even 3/16. It's thick steel plate. This is a black iron pipe fitting, and I want to weld it to here. In my head, that just works. Like, I can just kind of sand this up, get this oxide layer off of here, and I should be able to just weld it. It doesn't need to be extremely, it's not like this is going to take any load of any measure, so it doesn't need to be like some super bond, but I do need to make sure it sticks. And I'm thinking I can just weld around this, and there you go. If you have any welding tips on how to weld black iron pipe, let me know. Welding is definitely not my thing. Very little welding with my MIG welder. I grew up, I used oxy acetylene to weld. I did a lot of welding that way. But I don't have oxy acetylene, I have a MIG welder. So MIG welder with gas, anything special I need to do, I'm thinking I just clean this up good, and it should stick. And again, this isn't like some critical bond that's going to hold any load. It's more or less just a retention ring for this. So that's a project that I've been sitting on it forever. I tinkered with it. I tinkered a little bit with the table saw, making some new. I want to make a picture frame jig and a finger joint jig for it. So I didn't finish any of these things, and that was kind of the point. Right, like I came down here with the intention of not finishing anything. That's not true. Like, I always have stuff I want to finish, but I came down here with the intention of kind of starting on a bunch of things and figuring out what I want to do next and where I want to go. And the reason I wanted to do a bunch of different things was because I needed to touch like all the corners of the shop to do that. Because I'm trying to figure out the best way to translate my time in here to video. I've been really putting a lot of effort and mental effort into figuring out how to do better creation content, not just talky head content. And like, this isn't going to stop. I've always said that this will never stop, but I would like to get back to doing more projects more regularly than twice a year. So I've been putting a lot of effort into figuring out how to light the space, how to get a camera in here that isn't obtrusive like this. I mean, this camera, I love this camera. I'm absolutely in love with it. But when I'm working on a project, moving this tripod around is really annoying. Trying to get focus and all that stuff set up. So I'm trying to figure out if I can do this with a GoPro or two, the smaller camera, this camera, all in conjunction, so that I can have, like, that camera can just sit over there and be the wide angle shot that I cut to every now and then, but the main video is done with a GoPro or something. I don't know. But I tweaked on that. I worked on that. I played with that idea because I do have at least 2 things that I want to make videos for that I'm excited about making videos for. And I don't want to miss any shots. I don't want to screw that up. So I've been working on it hard. I think I have a solid idea, solid plan. We'll see what happens. And obviously, when I start working on the Cherry that I bought, the sideboards for my bedroom, that I'm definitely going to film. And I want to make sure that I know what I'm doing before I start doing that one, because that's going to be a big project. And I want to make, I think it'd be nice to have that captured. So, I don't know. Another one of those random videos where I just talk about nothing. If you have any tips on welding this, let me know. Thank you for being here as always. I hope you had a great weekend. And we'll see what happens this week. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from history.com. When was the first commercial jet flight? May 2nd, 1952, the British Overseas Aircraft Corporation began the world's first commercial jet service with the 44-seat Cornet 1A flying paying passengers from London to Johannesburg. The Comet was capable of traveling 480 miles per hour, a record speed at the time.